Hi, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the foundations of the campaign plan and how to fill it out. This demo will go through getting to know who is on Facebook in your country, explaining the problem, the country context, the target audience, a needs assessment, and creative ideation. Note that this is just an example campaign we're running here. For this example campaign, we're going to pretend we're part of the CARE Nigeria team and design a campaign to improve knowledge and drive behavior change around early childhood vaccination. To start, the campaign plan template begins by asking you to describe the problem you're trying to solve. And through various sources, I've gathered that the main problems in Nigeria regarding early childhood immunizations are: globally, Nigeria is estimated to have the highest number of deaths among children under the age of 5. Infectious diseases that could be prevented through vaccination cause thousands of deaths annually, yet 40% of children go unvaccinated during a crucial age for early immunization. And according to the National Immunization Coverage Survey, NCIS, in 2017, nearly a third of children who had gotten vaccines did not get all required doses of routine immunization. After identifying and outlining the main problem, we need to lay out the key country context. This entails summarizing background research pertaining to the problem that the campaign will address. What specific socioeconomic, political, and/or other factors contribute to the issue? Also, make sure to drop all your sources here so you can refer to them later. In this case, a combination of protracted crisis, lingering effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, and long-standing harmful norms, such as fears surrounding vaccinations, have exacerbated the problem. Once we've got this information filled out, we need to identify our target audience. Who is it that we want to reach? Here, it's men and women aged 15 to 64 who live in northeastern Nigeria, since that's where CARE's programming is focused. Next comes audience research. So, by going into audience insights and doing some digging, we know that there are 1.1 to 1.3 million people on Facebook in our target audience, and most of these users are men. The audience details help inform better creative and campaign design down the road. We have another video that explains how to go into audience insights yourself and pull out some of these numbers on the audiences you're targeting. Once you have a clear idea of who you're trying to reach, you can begin researching how to reach and communicate with them. Specifically, this section of the campaign plan asks you to identify target audience barriers and target audience drivers. This section of the campaign plan requires you to draw on online audience research, as well as think critically about their attitudes and concentrate this information into a few concise bullets. Here, the main barriers for people hesitant to get their children vaccinated include a lack of social acceptance, fear and mistrust in vaccines, a lack of drugs and facilities in health clinics, little facilities for large coverage population, and a lack of trusted healthcare providers. Then we must account for drivers, or what would encourage your target group to adopt the behaviors. For our populations, drivers included the presence of sensitization, awareness, and mobile services, knowledge that the services were free, and familiar and trusted healthcare providers. At this stage, you may even take your plan a step further by adding in a persona description based on your target audience. Think about what this persona needs to see, think, feel, and do to take the desired action. Moving on to monitoring and evaluation, this section of the campaign plan asks you to think through and codify the campaign goals. Your communications goal or metric refers to the shift or shifts in knowledge or awareness that prompts your audience to change their behavior because of strategic communications efforts. A strong communication goal identifies the target audience and the key pieces of information the audience must receive and understand to make the desired behavior change. In this campaign, our goal is to reach the target audience of 1.3 million and drive them to get more information about early childhood immunization. The behavior change goal refers to the thing you want your audience to choose to do or change their response to because of the campaign. Our goal here is to convince the target audience of the importance of getting vaccinated or boosted. And we'll be tracking this goal by demonstrating a +2 or better change in the target audience's perception of the importance of getting vaccinated over the course of the campaign using a brand lift study. This is a strong behavior change goal since it identifies the desired behavior change, the amount of change expected, and the time frame for change. Determining the campaign budget is another key component in the planning stage. We have a whole nother video that will go into detail about how to set your campaign budget, but for now, I'm going to run this experiment for just 2 days. I'll have a total budget of $20, so dividing that by the length of the campaign gives me a daily budget of $10. Of course, you can expect to spend much more than $20, but just note this is an example campaign we're running, so these values do not reflect what a full campaign would look like. And then I'm going to set my advertising metrics to reach and engagement, since we're trying to get users to view CARES ads and gain information from them. Finally, we need to think about our creative approach. You need to brainstorm how your creative content is going to appeal to the viewers. Is it an emotional appeal? A social norming strategy? The average attention span on social media is 3 seconds or less. You need to grab and retain attention in a matter of milliseconds. Your message needs to be short and to the point and must directly address the barriers and drivers you identified earlier in the planning process. Some of the best practices that we're going to be sure to include are putting the key message in the first seconds of the video, making sure we have just one key message per ad, and having clear graphics that emphasize that key message. Here, we want to communicate that immunizations are safe and important, and a strategy we want to employ is using trusted messengers to convey this message. Once you've wrapped up this section, you've completed your campaign plan. It's always good to get some input from other colleagues, so build in some time for a campaign plan review and an edit period as well.